The sold-out international combat arena roared, with excitement as more than 30,000 spectators filled every seat. Bright lights swept across the massive stage, while cameras from around the world focused on the reigning heavyweight champion. Standing 6 feet 6 inches tall with a record that seemed almost impossible to believe, the champion had built his reputation by defeating every opponent who dared challenge him. His crushing punches, incredible strength, and intimidating presence had earned him the nickname, the Mountain. Analysts called him the most dominant heavyweight fighter of his generation, and fans believed nobody alive could stand against him. As the announcer introduced his achievements, the crowd erupted into thunderous applause. The champion accepted a microphone, smiled confidently, and looked directly into the television cameras. "People always ask me one question," he said. "Could I defeat Bruce Lee?" The arena immediately became quiet. He continued, "I respect Bruce Lee for inspiring millions, but fighting is different from inspiring. If Bruce Lee were standing here today, I'd prove that size, strength, and modern training would be too much for anyone." The audience reacted with a mixture of cheers and surprise. Then, before anyone could speak again, a calm voice echoed from the entrance tunnel. "Every fight begins with respect." Thousands of heads turned instantly. A lone man dressed in simple black training clothes walked slowly toward the arena without bodyguards, dramatic music, or celebration. His expression remained calm, and every step reflected quiet confidence. When the giant screens displayed his face, the building erupted. It was Bruce Lee. Bruce climbed onto the platform and bowed respectfully toward the heavyweight champion, who returned the gesture with a smile. Although confident in his own abilities, the champion appreciated Bruce's willingness to accept the challenge. Around them, photographers captured every moment while commentators struggled to contain their excitement. This wasn't merely a contest between two fighters. It represented two different approaches to martial arts. One relied on overwhelming physical strength, explosive power, and championship experience. The other relied on speed, timing, precision, and the philosophy of Jeet Kune Do. The referee stepped into the center of the ring, explained the rules, and reminded both competitors that respect and sportsmanship came first. As soon as the referee signaled the start, the heavyweight champion moved forward aggressively. Using his tremendous reach, he threw a powerful jab followed by a crushing right hand aimed directly at Bruce. Gasps spread through the audience. Bruce shifted only inches, allowing both punches to pass harmlessly before calmly returning to the center of the ring. The crowd erupted. The champion attacked again, with combinations designed to trap Bruce near the ropes, but Bruce's footwork kept him just outside danger. Every movement looked effortless, almost as though he had predicted the attacks before they happened. Frustrated that none of his punches had connected, the heavyweight champion increased the pressure. He cut off the ring and forced Bruce toward a corner, believing the fight would end quickly once he removed Bruce's space to move. Spectators leaned forward in anticipation. Instead of panicking, Bruce remained completely relaxed. At the last possible moment, he pivoted smoothly around the champion's lead foot, escaping the corner while delivering a quick, controlled counter to the body. The strike wasn't intended to overpower the larger man. It was designed to disrupt his rhythm. The audience applauded loudly as Bruce immediately returned to a safe distance. The heavyweight champion paused briefly, surprised by Bruce's timing. For the first time in years, he realized he wasn't facing an opponent who relied on matching power with power. Bruce was solving every attack through positioning, awareness, and efficiency. Determined not to lose momentum, the champion launched another aggressive assault, throwing heavy hooks and body shots in rapid succession. Bruce continued slipping, stepping, and redirecting the attacks with remarkable precision. Around the arena, Martial artists watching from the front rows exchanged impressed glances. They understood that Bruce wasn't simply avoiding punches. He was controlling the pace of the entire contest. As the rounds continued, the contrast between the two fighters became impossible to ignore. The heavyweight champion relied on explosive bursts of strength that consumed enormous energy. Bruce conserved every movement, breathing steadily while forcing his opponent to work harder with every exchange. Sweat began forming on the champion's forehead, and his attacks lost a small amount of speed. Bruce noticed immediately. When another wide punch came toward him, Bruce stepped inside the attack rather than away from it, delivered a lightning-fast combination of precise strikes, and moved back before the champion could respond. The arena exploded into cheers. Slow-motion replays showed just how quickly the exchange had occurred. The champion shook his head, realizing he had underestimated the importance of timing and adaptability. He took a deep breath, lowered his fists for a moment, and smiled. Bruce smiled back. There was no hatred between them, only mutual respect. The final exchange was calm but intense, with both fighters demonstrating the highest level of discipline. When the contest concluded, the champion walked forward, extended his hand, and said, "Today I learned that greatness isn't measured only by strength." Bruce shook his hand warmly and replied, "A true martial artist never stops learning." The crowd stood and applauded as both men bowed respectfully to one another. Cameras flashed from every direction, while spectators celebrated not the victory of one fighter over another, but the lesson that true mastery comes from humility, continuous improvement, and respect for every style of martial arts.